to another Couch Potato General Manager video. Guys, we have a special guest. Actually, he's not a special guest. He's one of the three. He's just back. He's back in the fold. He's been missing, but he's back. CPGM Headley joining us for a 7-round mock draft for the Detroit Lions. This figures to be a pivotal draft as this franchise turns it around, right? As they attempt to turn it around under the leadership of Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell. Of course, they have a litany of picks this year as well as next year. So as you can see, the Jaguars, they've taken Aiden Hutchinson first overall. That's expected. Lions on the clock, gentlemen. What do we do here at number 2? What are your thoughts? Headley.
We started off?
Start it off, man.
Yeah. See, if I'm the Lions here, I'm kind of hoping that the Jaguars, go offensive tackle because I would like to get Aiden Hutchinson in Detroit. But with Hutchinson off the board right here, I think the best option is to trade down because the Giants, they need a lot of talent, defensively, offensively. So trading down would be the best option. If I couldn't trade down and I had to stay here, Walker would be the next best option right here.
What about you, Drew? Where do you come out on this one?
Yeah, I would say that they need a lot of help. Best option would be to trade down. And this is gonna be a slow burn for this team. There's a couple teams in this draft where it's just gonna be a slow burn in terms of building the roster up and getting it right. And I think probably the first 3 teams, and there's a reason why the first 3 teams, that may be the case, especially for the Lions and the Texans. But again, if I had to pick here, it would probably be Thibodeaux.
Walker and Thibodeaux are the edges in mind. If I'm making this selection, if I had to pick at number 2, the tiebreak would be Thibodeaux. But let's explore this trade a little bit. The panel agrees that, the Lions could afford to, even though they have, again, plenty of draft capital, they could stand to get more, especially in a deep class of edge rushers in particular. So who's a trade partner? Who would you be targeting here?
New Orleans Saints. They got 2 picks in the first round. I know it's not top 10, but, they're looking for a quarterback. Teams always like to trade up for a quarterback. So, the Saints will make a lot of sense here.
Drew, do you think the Saints are actually in the market for a quarterback?
It's very possible. That's the word out there. The other word is that they're looking for offensive line. And they could be a trade partner in that as well. And they can get the guy they actually want, in this case, if they're willing to trade up. The other team that I'm looking at could be the Carolina Panthers. They could be looking at a quarterback, but they also could be looking at the offensive line. They can get the guy that they want here as well.
Then that begs the question. We already have 2 first-round picks. Are we trying to net 2 in a trade down situation here in the 2022 draft, or are we trying to get an additional one for 2023? What's the thought process there? Do we want to go back as far as New Orleans, or are you more comfortable maybe falling down to 6 and still being able to get one of these upper echelon edge rushers potentially?
Yeah. I think going down to 6, and you still have Kyle Hamilton on the board. You got Thibodeaux, Walker, a lot of good edge rushers at the top. So that's not a bad option right there. Traded down with Carolina.
All right, so let's see if we can manage to pull something off here with Carolina. We're gonna offer up the 2nd overall pick for their 6. Now, they don't have any day 2 picks. All right, so immediately that takes us to 2023. We're gonna need that 2023 first rounder, which would actually give Detroit 3 first round selections in 2023. Quite a haul here. That's quite a haul here. Just dropping down 4 picks. Getting the Panthers' first-round pick in 2023 as well as their 2nd. This is an all-in move by Matt Rule and company here, trying to save his job to ensure, I would imagine, to get the quarterback that they actually want. We'll see what the database actually does here. I think if this deal is available to Detroit, I think they should pull it. Okay, so our database has them selecting Ikem Ekwonu. I guess they really coveted the tackle here. We figured the quarterback was in play, but they go tackle, followed by Kayvon Thibodeaux to the Houston, Kyle Hamilton to the Jets, Evan Neal to the Giants. So, with the 6th overall pick, considering who's off the board, what direction do we go in?
Oh, the guy from Georgia, man. Travon Walker, physical power player, could play outside, come inside, rush the quarterback. And he just fits that Dan Campbell mold, the guys that he wants on his football team, those tough NFL players. So, yeah, I like Travon Walker here.
Word on the street, Dan Campbell said they're going to do a little bit more even man front, but with 3-man principles, 3-down line principles. So I like the fit. In fact, he can play pretty much anywhere on that D line. It's that puzzle piece that's missing that you could just fit in there, man.
All right, Travon Walker is the selection. All right. So at this juncture, we have a lot of draft capital to work with. We're now sitting at midway point in round 1. And just to recap quickly, what has happened since we've made the Travon Walker selection, we have Ahmad Gardner, Stingley, Cross, Garrett Wilson rounding out the top 10, followed by Malik Willis. So the first quarterback doesn't come off the board until the 11th overall pick. Jordan Davis, Trevor Penning, George Karlaftis to Baltimore, and then Jameson Williams to Philadelphia. Is there a guy, like I said, we have a lot of draft capital to work with here. We got a lot of ammunition. Is there a guy on this board at this juncture that you feel Detroit should be aggressive about perhaps selecting? Or do we let it play out until, perhaps the 20th pick, 22nd pick, and then kind of reassess? What do you think?
I think we let it play out until about the 20th pick.
I clearly wasn't quick enough on the trigger. So we got Pittsburgh selecting Tyler Linderbaum. The Patriots going with Treylon Burks. The Saints do select the quarterback, Kenny Pickett. Looking at the board, what do you think?
I like that guy, that linebacker right there from Utah. They have needs all across that defense, and they've been looking for a guy in the middle for a while. Jared Davis didn't quite pan out. Right now they have Anzalone and Derek Barnes in the middle, so upgrading the middle of that defense is definitely needed.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good with the choice, man. We're going to shore up that. He's a defensive guy, Dan Campbell. Let's keep that going with Devin Lloyd in the middle. He's not just a linebacker. He's a guy who can rush the passer as well, drop back in coverage. I mean, he's kind of a one and all there.
Do we make this move now? We think that the Packers are going to go receiver in all likelihood, right? Mm-hmm. Arizona, I don't think they're going to go linebacker, considering how they've invested in the position. I wonder if they'll take these 2 picks.
I like it. We move up 8 spots.
And we drop down significantly in round 2, but it doesn't. Yeah. It does give us a fighting chance here to get Devin Lloyd. Let's see ultimately what it would look like with Green Bay if we want to be on the uber safe side, whether or not they'd be in business. And actually, we do save a few spots with that particular trade there.
Ooh, that might be the better.
Yeah, I like that one better.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Let's pull it. All right, so we're really dealing with the Detroit Lions, and I really do believe that they should be very aggressive in terms of moving up and down the draft board to acquire the players that they covet, simply because they have a myriad of needs on the defensive side of the ball in particular, and they have the draft capital. So certainly, as they try to turn this thing around in Detroit, build a winner, a sustainable winner here, they need to be very aggressive in a defensive-rich draft class. So right here, we went to the first level of the defense with Travon Walker, and we're following that up with Devin Lloyd. He's my top linebacker in the class. All right, so let's take a quick peek at how the first round ended up here. So after we make the trade up for Devin Lloyd, Jermaine Johnson comes off the board. A little bit of a surprise there. Although, that actually makes sense. I'm more surprised that he fell to 23. Devontae Wyatt, I think, is an excellent pick in Dallas. The rest of it seems kind of par for the course. David Ajabo, we don't expect him to go in the first round. The Packers do end up getting their receiver, Jahan Dotson. They went Boye Mafe. Bernhard Ryman at the top of the second round, for those of you who think he's a developmental guy. Respectfully. All right, so let's take a look. We are not on the clock again until the 53rd and 66th pick. So we have 1 second round pick here. Is there a player that you covet at this juncture to move up?
I would love Lewis Seen here, but again, it's a team who they need as much draft capital as possible to fill this roster. I mean, it's a deep safety class. We might be taking a chance here. Wait until, the 53rd pick? We're talking about 20 picks away.
Mm-hmm.
So it's another safety I like right there. Petrie.
Petrie
from Baylor.
I think he might be there at 53, or maybe we slow it down around maybe about 42-ish.
Okay.
To see what's going on.
We're rolling the dice here.
Yeah.
So in the second round, following the Bernhard Ryman, we have Logan Hall, McCreary, Ibiketti, Scene, Bonito. Jets having a hell of a draft. Kyler Gordon, Ritter is the quarterback in Seattle. Followed by Matt Corral.
I don't see the Falcons drafting a safety. I don't.
Nor do I see Cleveland. And I don't think Baltimore either. Especially
they just
Marcus Williams signing.
Right. Is that the Vikings that's next?
But the Vikings, they went Jordan Davis in the first round. The Vikings may be in play. Washington certainly could be in play.
Yeah.
For Petrie. So
that Ravens right there.
Yeah, let's take a look at what we can potentially do here with Baltimore.
Hey man, let's give them the Lions fourth. They're gonna be worse, bro. Sorry, it is what it is. We're building this thing, man. We're building while we're flying it, man.
All right, so we're gonna move up about 8 picks here we believe we'll be able to get our coveted safety here, Jalen Petrie from Baylor. We'll also give up a 4th round pick in 2023. We have 2 of those, so willing to part with one to put ourselves in a position to potentially get Jalen Petrie here. And there we have it.
There we got it.
Well done, gents. The last 2 picks were Sky Moore and big old Travis. You know what? I just drafted Travis Jones in this pick. In our mock draft, Drew?
Yeah,
our
you
duel?
did.
Yeah, man.
You did.
I like it right there. All right, so Petrie is the next pick, and then we're gonna sit back and relax until the 3rd round because we're killing it, fellas.
Yeah,
I think we're killing it.
Yeah, all lines of the defense, man. You know, the front, the middle, the back. We got it all covered for the Lions. Yep.
And what you like about Petrie, man?
Oh man, I just like how he plays, man. How he flies off the edge. He's always in phase, in and out of his breaks. He's just, man, tackles for losses. He's always in the backfield over there. So he's just a multi-dimensional safety that could, help all over the field for the Detroit Lions.
I think it would be outstanding as a nickel corner. I thought he played really well at the Senior Bowl as well, and I'm gonna cut himself a good week.
Yeah, he was sticky. And the fact that he was challenging guys at the line of scrimmage with no leverage, no safe. Obviously he's a safety. He's playing that big nickel. Yeah, he was very, very impressive.
Yeah.
Here we are at the top of the 3rd round, and we could go in a number of different directions. There's quite a few players that I had anticipated that would come off the board in the 2nd round that still remain here. So we got a Quay Walker. I don't know if you guys want to go back to the linebacker position. Among the edges, Sam Williams, and then there's a little bit of a drop off. I think we can hold off there, but there was a big run in the 2nd round at the edge. D-line, Haskell Garrett. I think we're pretty good along the offensive line. Cornerback, there's your boy right there, Drew Tariq Woolen.
My boy.
How about the receivers? What the receivers look like?
Yeah, we
Tolbert, Austin, Shakir.
Right now, hit us down in the comment section. What would you be grabbing in that receiver position at the current moment with what's on the board?
Yeah.
And like and subscribe, man. Don't be selfish. Share the video. I'm comfortable with the top 3 guys. With the roster that they have, I'm comfortable with any of those 3 receivers.
These receivers here?
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Helly got Khalil Shakir over all 3 of those guys.
Yeah, I love Shakir, man. This guy give me Cooper Kupp vibes. I know the Lions got St. Brown, which is another beast from the slot. I think they need a bigger outside receiver, so I don't think Shakir will be a fit. I think someone like Tolbert maybe.
Bro, I like Alec Pierce, bro. I like the size, I like the ability to go up and get the football. He showed he's got the speed. I do like Jalen Tolbert.
Yeah, but I really like Quay Walker right here. I'm not gonna lie.
You like Quay Walker?
Yeah, I know he went 2nd level already.
Right.
But they could use another one. They could use another one. They got Devin Lloyd with a Quay Walker. I mean, flying all over the field. This sideline to sideline with those 2 guys. So
this is a new look defense entirely is what we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 3-4 base. It's a 3-4 base, man, and you got to have the right pieces for it. So I certainly understand Quay Walker, but I don't know if y'all thought about this, but I like Trey McBride right here too. I know you got Hutchinson, but
there's nobody after Hutchinson though.
You know what I'm saying?
They need another tight end.
Yeah. I would rather get a guy who can obviously make plays in the passing game. Trey McBride is the best tight end in the class, as far as I'm concerned.
Easy.
All around,
Easy.
he's the best tight end in the class. I don't think it's particularly close. You're talking about some size there, Headley, in terms of being on the perimeter. Of course, they bring in DJ Chark on the 1-year deal, kind of prove-it deal. We know he can get vertical. If you Amon-Ra St. Brown is holding down the slot, the intermediate parts of the field. He's a problem there. For my money, it's between Quay Walker and Trey McBride. I'll let you guys make the determination one way or the other, but for me, it's one of those two players.
Yeah, I like Quay Walker more, but we already got Devin Lloyd for the Lions, and they do need another tight end outside of Hutchinson. So I'm not mad at the Trey McBride pick here. 12 personnel, 22. 2 tight ends on the field.
Hey man,
St. Brown and DJ Chark on the outside.
Hey man,
listen.
Hey, but
I ain't mad at it.
The upside with Quay Walker too, though. The upside with Quay Walker, y'all gonna have to figure this one out for me, man. All
right.
Let's talk about it from the perspective of best player available. Who's the best player, Walker or McBride?
To me, it's Walker. To me,
Drew on the fence.
I am on the fence.
Let's take a look at the tight end depth.
All right, so hold on. This is what I'm going to say. Because anytime you look at a team that's got a bunch of superstars on that side of the football, whether it be offense or defense, specifically speaking defense, is it an illusion, or are you seeing everything that you need to see? Because that's the one concern that I have with Georgia players in general is everybody was – I mean, at one point they were saying all 11 starters are going to be playing in the league next year. Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, well, I mean, it's 11 starting defensive and sometimes maybe 13 defensive starters out there playing against, guys who's going to be, their career is going to be their degree. You know what I mean? So, that's not a slight. That's just, reality.
It's a reality.
So, yeah. You know what I mean? So my question is I know McBride was out there doing it by himself. You know what I'm saying? That's my argument, man. That's what I'm going to say. He was productive. He was productive at the Senior Bowl. You know what I'm saying? He was the guy in the Senior Bowl. I'm just saying, bro. That's all I'm saying. Hey, Lions fans, hit us down in the comments section. That's the choices you got. Quay Walker, Trey McBride, and you can sneak in a receiver if you like. But who would you go with?
So I need to see it in my mind's eye. All right. What do our 4 linebackers look like with Quay Walker in the lineup?
Okay.
When we're in base. And I imagine it's going to be Lloyd and Walker on the field when we're in the nickel.
Yeah,
they got my boy Anzalone.
They paid him, did they not? They paid him, right?
Yeah, I think they did. They got Derek Barnes.
I like Derek Barnes.
They got Gerard Davis.
They brought him back. They think he'll be better in a new scheme.
Yeah.
And you got Sean Dion Hamilton.
You got Charles Harris on the edge. You got
Lloyd.
Yeah.
We got Lloyd. Trayvon Walker standing up, right? Or is he a 5?
He could do anything he want to do.
Yeah. He might be the moving piece that allows you to do what you want to do with that defense, actually.
So Walker would be playing inside. He'd be playing inside. I think with the fact that we have Lloyd, we don't necessarily need to go Walker here. That's my thought process.
Yeah.
Considering everybody else that's on that roster, I think we're okay here. I'm gonna break the tie with Trey McBride here. It pains me. It does pain me, but I'm gonna break the tie. Right. I thought about that Tariq Woolen too, but a little raw. Quay Walker took a minute to come off the board.
Went to Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
JOK and him.
Brees Hall to Pittsburgh. Okay. All right, be the GM. You say so. That's my boy Jerome McKinley. All right. Back on the clock. Compensatory pick time.
Wow. Chad Muma, your boy Chad Muma right there.
Bruh. We passed on Quay Walker.
But we got the consolation
prize. McBride, and then we got Chad Muma staring us in the face, man.
Check receivers real quick.
Also corners. I think they need a corner too.
I think they need a corner too.
They do. All right, so we'll be able to steal a receiver
Justin
later.
Ross.
Yeah, we'll be able to get one of those guys.
I like Velus Jones a little bit later. I like Velus.
You don't like Dubs?
No. Romeo's not my guy. Corners, Alante Taylor, Zion McCollum, Damari Mathis, a few Senior Bowl. Actually, 4 of these 5 guys are at the Senior Bowl here. Taylor, Kendrick, McCollum, and Mathis. The next couple of guys were also there. Caleb Evans, Joshua Williams, Jalen Watson was there. Tariq Castro-Fields was there. Whew.
Well, Muma, right, staring you right in the
right
in my face.
We're gonna have to compete. We're gonna have to compete at linebacker, boy. Let's do it.
Yeah. Somebody gonna be on the outside looking in, but you're gonna have star power there at the linebacker position. Guys, you're not gonna have to worry about. They'll get it figured out.
So, to this point, traded down to select Travon Walker, got an additional first-round pick in 2023, as well as some day 2 selections, or an additional day 2 selection, round 2 and round 4 in 2023 as well. We traded back up in the first round to acquire Devin Lloyd. Didn't cost us a ton. Jalen Petrie, another trade up, targeted the players that we coveted. Followed by Trey McBride. We were faced with the Quay Walker, Trey McBride conundrum, but we ended up with Chad Muma as a consolation. So I think ultimately we made the right decision. We're back on the clock in the 5th round. We have about 4 more picks left here. About the balance of the draft. Just to recap, traded down, selected Travon Walker, traded back up, got Devin Lloyd. Traded up again in the 2nd round. Of course, we've acquired an additional first-round pick in 2023 as well as an additional 2nd-round pick in 2023. So we feel really good about that. Got Jalen Petrie. Can play your safety. He can play your nickel. Trey McBride. We just couldn't pass up the value that he presented, even though we have Hutchinson in place. 12 personnel, 22 personnel. You could flex one of those guys out, let the other play in line. I think they're pretty much interchangeable from that perspective. So really like that selection. We did pass up Quay Walker to make the Trey McBride selection. There was some consternation associated with that, but the consolation prize was Chad Muma. Now, of course, there's a glut of linebackers now in Detroit, but again, this in terms of thinking, in terms of best player available, and providing competition as they transition into an odd man front, 4 linebackers in their base. So, 177, gentlemen. What direction do you guys want to go in?
Yeah, that's we were talking off camera. I was like, yo, there's a lot of good running backs on the board. I know they got Swift. I know they got Swift and Jamal Williams already, but Jerome Ford right here, Shaw White. I think the biggest needs right now is probably another receiver, a corner, and then maybe some offensive line depth as well.
Who will it be? There are a few names here that I wasn't necessarily anticipating them to be available at this juncture. So, who you like?
Like Haley said, I like the top 3 guys. But I think when you talk about who the starter is for Detroit already in Swift, you want a guy maybe that's a little bit different in terms of the way they run the football. And I think Jerome Ford fits the bill when you talk about that.
Yeah, I think, you got to think about who you would like to pair with a Swift. Cook kind of offers the same thing that Swift does. I like Ford here.
All right. Jerome Ford it is. Here we are back on the clock.
You got to grab a corner, no?
Yeah, we're going to have to. Can't go back running back. So corner it would be. Oh, there go my guy.
Monteric.
Brown. Yeah.
Gregory Jr., bro.
There is Gregory Jr. He was out there at the Senior Bowl. He ain't getting no love because he's from a small school, probably from the smallest school in the whole cornerback class, bro.
Yeah,
probably maybe in the class period,
small, bro.
He had a decent
he's out there. So, what do you think, Monteric or Junior?
I think we can get both of them probably.
Yeah, depth along the offensive line.
Yeah,
I like Tyree. Yeah, I like Tyree.
Let's grab the offensive line depth. I like that.
And there's Stuber out there too, Drew. We're going to address the offensive line here. We do actually think this is a position group of strength in Detroit, but you need the depth. There's always going to be attrition. We now have a 17-game regular season. So we're going to go with Andrew Stuber, who acquitted himself pretty well at Mobile during the Senior Bowl week. See where that puts us. I know we have a need at corner, but we want to make sure that we're not reaching. You know what I'm saying? And we're looking for upside guys who can contribute. Special teams, obviously, at this point makes a difference.
Gone, bro. Took Carter.
I think the Rams got him.
Yeah, it's a good player, bro. Carter's a good player. All right. Looks like all your corners are still available, Drew. What do you want?
Go ahead and get my man Monteric Brown. Yeah, do the right thing, man.
All right.
Play some zone, play some man. Got some speed. Give you a little bit of both worlds.
Our final pick will be another kid from East Lansing here, Jalen Naylor.
There you go. Michigan
State.
Mm-hmm.
All right, gents. So how do we do areas of opportunity, anything that you would have done differently?
I would have liked to have seen if we went Quay Walker instead of Trey McBride, what would we have done at 97 and what would have been there?
Mm-hmm.
Trey McBride's probably, I'm pretty sure he's not going to be there. I think by the end of the, what is that? That was third.
Yeah.
Maybe we go receiver there instead. Swapping out a receiver for a tight end essentially in that scenario. But no, I think that, we went defense heavy because we're trying to reshape the defense, get the pieces that they want for the scheme that they're going to play there, complement to Swift there, and just some backup pieces that you need there later in the draft. But I think next year, because we got that extra first round pick and a couple of, I think we got another second round pick that we can go heavy on the offensive side. In this scenario, we may even go to get our quarterback because that's supposed to be the quarterback draft come next year.
Yeah, with 3 first-round picks and I believe 2 second-round picks.
Yeah, they'll be able to get who they want.
Yeah, you're gonna be able to do any number of different things here. So
I love the draft. I just love how we maneuver the board. Like you said, getting Carolina's first and second-round pick next season. Ended up with that edge rusher that the Lions coveted. And if you look at Travon Walker, Devin Lloyd, Jalen Petrie, they're all Legos. They all could play multiple positions all over the football field, and they fly to the football. So, I like those 3 picks a lot.
And you did it at all 3 levels of defense, which is crazy. Yeah.
And a defensive focused draft, right? And I think everybody can agree that's what, outside of the quarterback position, I think that's what the Lions need to prioritize right now, right? Every level of the defense, we were able to improve every level. We didn't necessarily get that corner that may be able to contribute right away. Although Monteric Brown, interesting prospect, might be able to, at a minimum, make some type of contribution in the special teams, and we can see if he can break through in some of the sub packages. But to your point, Headley, what we did with Walker, Lloyd, Petrie is impressive. You know what I'm saying? That's 3 starters out the gate. Muma could work his way into the starting lineup. I think, when you pair Trey McBride with TJ Hutchinson, that could be a formidable duo, not just in terms of what they do in the passing game, but certainly being an extension of your offensive line, making it easy on the likes of DeAndre Swift and Jerome Ford. You know what I mean? So I like how versatile this team is on either side of the ball. They can kind of morph into some different things. And of course, I think they're going to want to be able to run the football. Yeah, they want to be able to generate some explosive plays. We didn't necessarily get that particular player per se on the boundary offensively, but to your point, we may be drafting a quarterback early next year, and we certainly will have the draft capital to go and get one of the top 2 or 3 receivers in next year's draft class as well. So I think all in all, outside of perhaps the cornerback position, and again, it remains to be seen with respect to Monteric Brown, I think we did a really good job here. Again, there was a big conversation, big debate regarding Quay Walker at 66, but coming away with Muma under those circumstances at a position that was already pretty full, we just were basically focusing on best player available at that point to then get Trey McBride. I think that offsets the very defensive focused draft here with the Lions. Guys, let us know what you think. What would you have done differently under these circumstances? Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. For Drew, Headley, this is Juice signing off.